Well, cheers to you, sir.
Cheers. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
this is a Rhone blend. So this is an unusual varietal that you'll get out here. I was like one of the first to plant it out here. Grenache Blanc from Marsanne, Roussanne, and Viognier, all here on the property. A lot of times I say it's so awesome mainly because it's not Chardonnay and it's not Sauvignon Blanc, which is your two choices here, really. And this is just so refreshing and different. Pope Valley is like one of the few areas that it's not its own AVA. It's a sub-AVA of Howell Mountain. Right down the road is Charles Valley AVA.
Yep.
We're really tucked up in the wildest, most rural part of northeast Napa County. And it is really amazing because you go through all these, I mean, it's a great thing about California is the microclimate. So you're up in Angwin, and you're coming down. It's like alpine up there. It's like redwood forest. Actually, it is the furthest east redwood grove in the state of California, or in the country, you would say, right? So you come down through there and you come into this really pleasant valley that's undeveloped and all agricultural, and it's super quiet and peaceful. I did it, every single one, except for a couple mature oaks.
That's a lot of work.
Yes, well, I love it to begin with, and then I was sort of spinning wheels because it took such a long time to get permitted through the county for our vineyard that I'm like, I'm going to start planting, and I enjoy every single thing that I've planted.
That's good.
Yeah, days. I enjoy every one. Really, I say hello to them. I never had a glass of wine probably till I was in my early 40s.
Wow.
If you can believe that. Because, Pittsburgh's a blue-collar town and people had drank beer. I don't think my parents ever had a bottle of wine or champagne in their house. When they had parties, they were like highballs and cocktails and things like that. So wine just wasn't in the Pittsburgh scene. And so it was much later in life when I came out here on a meeting to San Francisco, and they had a daily, sojourn out to wine country. I'm like, sure, I'll go out there. And I saw the things you can grow and taste the wine and said, this is a cool culture. I think I could do this. Yeah, I was a cardiologist. This is my second career. Yeah. What is your business plan? I'm winging it day by day. I would say that it wasn't like love of wine. I loved the wine culture. I was enamored with the vineyard life and, the whole process of growing the grapes and learning about all that. And from that came the love of the wine, because if you have your own grapes, like, hey, we can make wine out of this, and then you begin to embrace the whole process of winemaking, which is, science and art. And it just went from there. Now, I can't separate the two. I couldn't just grow grapes, or I couldn't just make wine. I have, they go together. 2001, again, after I came out here and just found a vacant piece of land, and I wanted to be close to the hospital. And so Up Valley made a lot of sense for me, and I didn't want somebody else's place. I wanted a blank slate that I could, start from scratch.
This is a little slice of heaven here. It's truly beautiful. So I compliment you.
Thank you very much.
Not bad for a surgeon.
Yeah, I know. They're not supposed to be that smart, right? Well, I didn't think it dawned on me because it was all very fun. I enjoyed a lot of it. I took classes at Napa Valley College, got associate degrees in viticulture and enology, met a lot of wonderful people on the way, and everybody's encouraging. I'll say one thing about this business is that everybody, it's not competitive in the vineyard business. Everybody, will help you. I can't tell you how much free advice and help that we've had starting this vineyard. What I didn't know is how competitive the wine business is. And we're talking about, 1,000 wineries or brands here in the valley alone. And that is hard to remain competitive. It really is, and it's nothing that that comes innately. There's no primer on this. There should be a Wall Street Journal. We had to write it. Like, so you wanted to plant a vineyard because there are so many things to consider. You perhaps would not consider it. My cardiologist friend last night said, well, if you knew all the things about medicine before you started medical school, would you do it? And I'm like, that's a tough question. I would say yes, because you just enjoy it. And same thing, I'm sure I would do it again, but I would like to have a little advanced knowledge of how difficult the regulatory process is. It shouldn't be that hard, but it is. The entire state's 27 acres. There's lots of setbacks because we're on Pope Creek. We have wetlands and things. So we have, out of the 27 acres, we have 10 planted. And we planted our first vines in 2010 and then moved on blocks in 2011, 2013. And now we're fully planted. We're maxed out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, we have another interesting part of the property is that we can't plant on. It's interesting. It's a state archaeological site. There is a Native American Indian midden on the property.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool. Everything is state, which is very cool. Especially these, the white blend that we do, rum blends, because it's not a commonly planted varietals, Grenache Blanc, Roussanne, Marsanne, and Viognier. They do wonderful out here. No one knew. I'm content with our spot as a perfect spot. We're primarily planted in Cab, but we also have blenders of Malbec, Petit Syrah, and a little bit of Cab Franc. I go to a restaurant and I sample wines. I really have changed in that. What I want to sample are different varietals. Like, I know that all Napa Cabs are awesome, right? And so I don't really need to compare one against the other. So when I go to a restaurant, I try varietals that I'm not familiar with, or from Italy, from Croatia, somewhere that is, well, that is great. Is Vermentino? I didn't know that. Albarino, sure. Let me try that, because I think it's all part of the culture that I love.